There is something unique about Ramadan, something that cannot be measured, something that cannot be seen, a feeling that forgiveness is closer, that mercy feels heavier in the air, that hearts soften more easily. And many people ask a quiet question: why does Allah forgive more in Ramadan? Is it the month itself, or is it something happening inside us? Allah is always forgiving. His mercy does not begin in Ramadan, and it does not end with it. But Ramadan changes us. It slows us down. It humbles us. It removes distractions. And when the heart becomes softer, it becomes easier for mercy to enter. Outside of Ramadan, life moves fast. We eat when we want. We speak when we want. We react when we want. Ramadan interrupts that pattern. It teaches restraint. When a believer controls hunger, they learn to control desire. When they control desire, they learn humility. And humility is the doorway to forgiveness. Forgiveness does not begin with words, it begins with awareness. Awareness of our weakness, awareness of our mistakes, awareness of our need for Allah. Ramadan places this awareness right in front of us. Every fast reminds us, I am dependent. I am limited. I am in need. And a heart that recognizes its need is a heart Allah responds to. There was once a believer who felt distant from Allah. Not rebellious, not careless, just distracted. They prayed but rushed. They repented but casually. They asked forgiveness but without weight. When Ramadan arrived, something changed. Hunger slowed them. Silence humbled them. Night prayers softened them. For the first time in a long while, their repentance felt real. Not emotional, not dramatic, just honest. And honesty invites forgiveness. Allah does not forgive because we deserve it. Allah forgives because He is merciful. But there is a difference between asking forgiveness casually and asking forgiveness sincerely. Ramadan trains sincerity. When a person fasts, they sacrifice something halal. And when they willingly leave what is halal, it becomes easier to leave what is harmful. This internal discipline creates space for repentance. Many people misunderstand forgiveness, and they think forgiveness means being free from consequences. But forgiveness is deeper. Forgiveness cleans the heart, even if the situation remains. Forgiveness restores the relationship, even if the lesson continues. Ramadan does not promise a perfect life. It promises a cleansed heart. One of the greatest gifts of Ramadan is that it teaches hope. A believer who feels broken is reminded that return is always possible. A believer who feels ashamed is reminded that mercy is larger than guilt. A believer who feels distant is reminded that Allah is near. And when hope is alive, forgiveness flows. There is a reason people feel lighter in Ramadan. It is not only hunger, it is release. Release from habits. Release from arrogance. Release from excuses. When the ego weakens, the soul strengthens. And Allah responds to souls that turn sincerely. Some people fear asking forgiveness. They think, I have repeated this mistake too many times. I am not serious enough. I don't deserve another chance. But forgiveness is not earned by perfection. It is accessed by truthfulness. A heart that admits failure is closer to forgiveness than a heart that pretends purity. Ramadan creates a space where honesty feels safer. If you want forgiveness in Ramadan, do not focus on quantity. Focus on depth. One sincere repentance is better than many careless ones. One moment of humility is better than hours of routine. Forgiveness responds to what is real. As Ramadan approaches, ask yourself, what do I need to let go of? A habit, a resentment, a distraction, a version of myself that resists change? Forgiveness enters when space is made. Allah forgives more in Ramadan, not because His mercy increases, but because our hearts open wider. We slow down, we reflect, we admit weakness. And when a servant turns sincerely, Allah turns toward them faster. If you feel heavy today, if guilt weighs on you, if regret whispers loudly, Ramadan is coming to remind you of one truth. It is never too late to return. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. So do not enter Ramadan carrying unnecessary weight. Release it. Ask forgiveness honestly. Trust mercy fully. And let this Ramadan be the one where your heart feels clean again. This is Path of Light. May Allah grant us sincerity, forgiveness, and hearts that return willingly.